behave yourself in here, okay?
Is Mafia Definitive Edition, part of the Mafia trilogy, worth your money in 2024 and beyond? You're about to find out. What's up, everybody? This is Fred Richani of TSC, your home for interviews, reviews, and everything in between. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I'm here to give my thoughts on Mafia 1 as part of the Mafia trilogy, which normally retails for $59.99. You can find it somewhat on sale, sometimes for $30 or as low as $20. You could also buy it individually in some parts for $9.99 or less. And you might be wondering, what took you so long to play Mafia, especially as a lover of The Sopranos and gangster content? Well, it just took me a while. Hey, I got a big backlog. I didn't hear the best things about the original Mafia. I heard the story was good, but it was a little buggy. I heard the same thing about the Definitive Edition. I had played Mafia 3 and it was all right, but it didn't move me. And I thought, okay, I'll go back to it later, and I just kind of never did. But in the world that we live in now, where everything has to be open world, everything has to have side quests, everything has to be grinding, everything has to have microtransactions and live service, I thought, you know what? I need a bit of a change of pace. Don't get me wrong, I love my open world games. I love the games like Diablo 4 and all that jazz, but I needed to take it back in the day. And so I went back to 2002 by way of 2020 with the Mafia trilogy, and I started with Mafia 1, which I had originally picked up on PlayStation Plus. And if you've never played this game, it takes place in old-time Illinois in a fictional city. You're part of the Salieri crime family. You play as Tommy Angelo, a Sicilian-American cab driver who, by hook or by crook, found his way into the mob, being at the right place at the right time. You can make the argument maybe it's the wrong place at the wrong time, but hey, you gotta watch how the story plays out. Now, there might be a few things that are a little jarring for some current gamers, especially you younger gamers. This is not a choice-based game. Yes, it's a little open-worldy, but it's not really open-world. It's a very linear story. And with that linear story is just how it goes. So everybody pretty much has the same experience as far as the cutscenes and what happens at the beginning, middle, and end. Something that I think not a lot of people are used to these days. It's kind of a novel concept. But yes, there are no choices to make other than the actual mission objectives. And what's the appeal? Well, the appeal is a very good, well-written story, the ambiance of gangster Illinois, all that jazz. And yes, if you have a strong moral compass, you might be like, why do I like any of these people? Why do I like the protagonist I play with, who is technically an antagonist? And those are all very valid questions. If you're somebody who's always wanted to experience a mob movie in video game form, this is a fantastic starting point. And I gotta say, the voice acting, very good. The scenarios, really good. Some unpredictability, some things that are kind of by the numbers of your usual mob film. But again, it's not every day you get to play as a gangster in essentially a mob movie that is a video game. And there's a lot of crazy scenarios in this. You have bank robberies, raiding the feds, perhaps some smuggling of some narcotics or jewelry or things of that nature. I don't want to give too much away. A lot of car chases, dealing with crooked cops, dealing with betrayal, love, loyalty, all the usual hits that you get from a really good mob movie or mob series. And as Tommy Angelo, you tend to struggle. You know, yeah, you pull that trigger here and there, but it's not easy. He has his comrades Paulie and Sam, and they seem to have a moral compass that's all over the place, but Tommy, he's still kind of in the back of his mind that somewhat innocent cab driver. But as the game progresses, you see, okay, you're getting to the point of no return here. Again, I don't want to give too much away because, again, this isn't a choice-based narrative. This is very linear, but it is a fantastic story. So what did I like about this game? I love the voice acting.
Yeah, that's the call, Tom. You want anything else?
Nah, I'm heading home.
Hey, Tom, before you go, I ask maybe a small favor, huh?
Sure, Luigi, what do you need?
What can my daughter knows?
Anything for Luigi and Sarah.
Do those bastards think this is fucking Luna Park or something? I'll rip them apart with my own hands.
Our business is protection. But who's gonna pay up when they learn we can't even protect one of our own as she walks home from work?
So what do you want us to do?
Teach these boys a lesson. Break every bone in their bodies, put them in wheelchairs, bust their faces up so bad even their mothers can't look at them without screaming.
We know where they're holed up.
My friend on the force says we should start looking into Chinatown.
Then Big Biff will know something.
I thought the cutscenes looked really good. I think graphically, when you're actually playing the game, can be a bit buggy here and there on the PS5. There were a couple times where I'd have to restart the game because I would freeze in a certain mission. The driving isn't the best in this game. Really not the best in this game. I know some people will say it's a skill issue, and that's fine, okay? I'm not the best Gran Turismo player, but I think I'm okay. And yeah, this game's driving was a little wonky at times, especially when you have to do this mission that involves a old-time race car, where if you get bumped just a little bit, you make one wrong turn, you take one wrong hit, and you are flipping all over the place. And hey, fun fact, you have to win that race to pass the mission, so yeah, you better get good, or at least in my case, get somewhat decent at driving, or else you're gonna have a hard time. That being said, even with the gripes with some of the graphics, a little bit of the lighting effects look a little weird at times in certain missions, the movement can be a little awkward, even with some of those physics that are a little awkward. I gotta say, it is totally worth playing this game for 12 to 15 hours. At least that's how long it took me to finish the story. I took my time. Of course, there were a couple missions I had to do over, a couple checkpoints I had to reload. The other thing that might be a little annoying for some players is the reality that sometimes it'll take you 3 to 4 shots to kill somebody. 3 to 4 shots, unless, of course, you have a Tommy gun or a straight-up shotgun, which usually 1 to 2 shots and your enemies are done. And at times with Tommy, if you go guns a-blazing, even at the lowest difficulty, you're gonna die. And you're going to have to respawn, and you're going to have to do the checkpoint again. So that is something to keep in mind. There's no bulletproof vests or armor like GTA or anything like that. You'll have to make sure on your map that you are near a first aid kit, because more often than not, you are going to need it. And more often than not, you're going to need some ammo too. So you're going to have to be very strategic on when you kill somebody, when you grab the ammo, when you don't grab the ammo. And of course, the big thing, and this is something I learned the hard way a few times, take cover. You absolutely have to take cover. So please do that. Otherwise, you're going to be a very unhappy gamer. But with all those gripes aside, or I don't even say gripes, but challenges, minor complaints, I would definitely recommend Mafia 1 of the Mafia trilogy. In fact, if there's the Mafia trilogy on sale and Mafia 1 on sale, and there's not a big difference, hey, pick up the trilogy, might as well. Mafia 3 didn't really pull me in too much. I only played a couple hours. I'll probably go back and play it now. But after playing Mafia 1 and loving it, I'm definitely going to dive into Mafia 2, but to answer the original question of this video, of this review, is Mafia 1 worth buying in 2024 and beyond? Hell freaking yes, especially if it's on sale. I happen to play this on PS5, but you could also buy this on Xbox and Windows as well. Awesome game. Great voice acting. Great story. It would be kind of cool to see this be turned into a Netflix series or something down the road. We shall see. But if I had to give this a number rating, I would say an 8 out of 10. For a remaster of a 2002 game that still has its blind spots here and there, but overall is a strong narrative, I'd give it about an 8 out of 10. But I want to hear from you. What did you think about Mafia 1? Have you played it yet? Does this sway you one way or another? Let me know. Leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video and you're intrigued by Mafia 1, you can click the link in the description to purchase. The full disclosure, we do get a small cut from your purchase to support this YouTube channel. And until next time, everybody, as always, enjoy the games, and please, whatever you do, don't cross the Don.